cab is now. We extended the cab.
You did, didn't you?
Extended the cab 13 inches.
Okay.
And extended the hood and fenders 8 inches.
Okay. And obviously these are not the same wheels and...
No, so I bought the truck from the original owner.
Okay.
Promised them one of the conditions of sale I would never sell it. That was the original truck.
Okay.
And it's called the Toaster. And the reason it was called the Toaster is it's had a camper of some sort since the 60s.
Okay.
Back in the 70s, he had a giant car cover for it. The kids in his neighborhood called it the Toaster because it looked like a giant toaster oven with the cover on. So that's the name it's always been. So it was time to update the truck a little. The special ordered a brand new Ram 3500 2012 standard cab dually 4x Cummins. Took delivery of it, backed it in the garage, unbolted anything that would unbolt.
Wow.
Started just kind of mocking stuff up.
You know, see, this is one of those people that you would describe as having more money than sense.
No, it's all homemade. So it's not about the money.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's someone who has the ability to do something like
well,
this.
thank you. Yeah, so we took the old cab and drafted it onto the brand new.
I remember the old sloshing tank behind the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cutting the roof off.
Okay.
That was the first bed mock-up.
Okay.
And I was making new panels to extend the roof. And so this is how much we added to the front fenders.
Okay.
So extended the hood and fenders 8 inches.
Okay.
And so we left the Dodge floor, firewall, rear bulkhead.
Okay.
So that incorporates all the air conditioning, wiring harness, steering, brakes, you know, simplifies
everything you need to keep the engine running.
Yeah, so that was what we called phase 2 of the Toaster's life, and that was going to be the final chapter.
Yeah.
When our old camper was worn out, and so it was wore out. It was time to update campers. And the short version is we'd look for an old one like what we had that was in perfect condition, and finally gave up. Saw the layout of the Arctic Fox 865. The kitchen is in the back as well as the dinette. So we So we the new camper weighs so much more than the old, so we decided to add a couple of wheels back here.
Now, would this by chance be your company, Lemke Marine?
That's just my Instagram name. Just my hobby shop.
Okay. Well, here now, what is your name?
Todd Lemke.
Todd Lemke, and that is Speed and Marine. Where are you out of?
Lemke Speed and Marine out of Lakeside, California.
Okay, nice. Okay,
but it's not a company. It's just what I call my hobby shop. I don't work for anybody or do projects for anybody. It's just our home projects.
Well, that is a loss for the world if you're not doing things for.
No, I've got. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, people told me. Okay, so you look like an aluminum side, but that is a.
That's a smooth side fiberglass.
Okay.
So we had it wrapped to look like the old Lance with the stripes.
Right.
Anywhere the old one said Lance, we put Lemke's, so your eyes will still read Lance.
Right.
And then put the fake window in with an Arctic Fox in the window, and then have the Arctic Fox logo on his hat.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So that's so you know it's an Arctic Fox.
Okay. Boy, you like thought of everything on this thing here. Yeah. So then, so we've got the Cummins, right? And is that the 6.2? Is that right?
6.7.
6.7. Okay. Okay. 4-valve, 2-valve?
It's 12-valve.
12-valve. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Or 24-valve. What do they call it? 24-valve.
24. Okay.
Because it's a 20, right?
Yeah. 2012.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, my neighbor.
Yeah, how you doing?
The dog's name is Minnie, and see on the side of the spot?
Oh yeah.
Looks like Minnie Mouse.
This one is Pearl.
Pearl, yeah.
Hi, Pearl.
And they answer to howdy if you know the whole,
the howdy?
No.
You've not heard of Minnie Pearl? See, that's a older country people thing.
That's the thing. Mine went nuts for fire engines. That woo! Like they would trigger on that one.
The pictures are all kind of out of order there, but
So yeah, look at this. This is a newer Dodge, and that is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that. He lengthened the cab on it. See, I used to have one here, and the cab was like right there, and there was a little gas cap here. So I guess the flares are still in motion. It's got the dualies here. But what a beautiful job. Cummins.
Thank you. It was very nice meeting you. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll just swap places.
Okay, the all-important burger machine. So yeah, I still have a few more campers I got to look at. Okay, so there is an air suspension on it. All these things, it was my first truck, but mine wasn't like this one.
Oh.
Mine was a beater.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't quite as shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't have a camper. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I used to be a paper boy, and so and what I did was I actually had what was called a spotting run, and so I bring papers to about 20 different kids, and then I had my own route in downtown Seattle with like 170 papers, but it was a high school job, and I had more money than almost any other kid in high school. So it's amazing what you can do when you put some time in,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything's cool. I still have to look at the front springs, and they got to sneak in there, but there's a line. Yeah, we got the water heater, the fridge, everything.
Yeah, we have an 865.
Okay.
So.
Is that what this one is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I have to see what the inside looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this does not look like ours at all. It's amazing. Even the windows are different.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's all new, but yeah, I've got a 2000 S&S, and I use it a lot, and so
it's just the wrap. It looks so different.
It does. It does. Yeah,
it's so cool.
But it's interesting that he chose to put an aluminum appearance over a Phylon or a fiberglass appearance.
Well, I mean, it goes with the
yeah.
It does.
Yeah. It's era correct.
Exactly.
Era correct.
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah.
The tucked dually is pretty good. I don't know how tucked it is, but it feels tucked to me. So awesome.
Yeah. 37.
And the step boards are nice too. Oh no! But I'll tell you, my truck does. I've got just a 5.4 Ford, and I was coming over here through New Mexico. They've got these passes over there. I've never been on passes. I mean, I'm from Seattle, the Stevens and stuff, but I couldn't do better than 35 over those. They were so steep, and they were also at like 7,000 feet. Crazy. Oh. Yeah, so I presume it's your husband out there probably showing off.
Yes.
Okay, you don't mind I use a camera, do you?
I do not mind at
Okay,
all.
great. Well, I'm Jeff.
As long as you make me look cute and skinny, Jeff, we're all good.
How would that not happen? You look cute and skinny. Ding, 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 ding.
You win. Would you like me to get out of your way?
No, you're fine. In fact, go ahead and tell me.
Feel free to help yourself.
Yeah, well, you have something that my wife and I would like is the forward bath.
I am very enamored with the layout of this. I really like the openness of the back.
Here's the living area. There's a partition, and there's the sleeping area.
100%.
Yeah, and my girl likes to sleep in, and I like to get up. And so...
We have a little door here.
Absolutely.
You could put a little door in. She would know things.
Yeah, so, okay, so I'm assuming that, like the truck, there was some remodeling done in here, or is it the way it was?
Everything in here is stock, other than the stereo and the TV kind of things. Just that. But as far as the shape and the build of this is exactly how it comes from the factory.
Okay, but now, have you put in all new stuff, though? No, you got it this way.
This is a 2020.
Oh, okay.
You didn't realize it's 2020.
No,
okay, it's wrapped to look like the 90s. That's just the wrap on the outside.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I was just figuring that it was a retro truck fixed up and the camper fixed up with it.
Right.
Okay, well,
so
cool.
We had a 92 Lance. And then we upgraded the truck, and then the camper was pooping out, so we had to buy a brand new camper. But we liked the look of the old Lance, the way it looked on it.
Okay.
So when we got the new camper, he had it wrapped to look corrugated and look like the old one.
Okay.
Just to make it look.
Okay. And was the old one about this size?
It was 865. It was the little standard Lance.
Okay, so about the same then.
It was smaller. It was definitely smaller.
Okay.
It was definitely smaller and lighter.
Yeah, because for two people, ours is a 9.5 foot, and so it works out pretty nice for two of us.
Yeah.
But I like the arrangement here better with the kitchen and dinette, because it's the living area. In ours, I've got the sink is where your bathroom is, fridge is where the fridge is, and then bathroom and cabinets.
Oh yeah, that's how ours was. That's how it was bathroom, cabinets, and a little place to cook, but the bed was right here.
Yeah.
And then my fridge behind me. And that's exactly what I was saying. It was too intermixed, and then we have a little bit more width here.
Okay.
Because he and I just had room to slide by like this, and in this one we can actually pass this way.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit wider, but yeah, the layout's really what sold me as well.
Because I like, it feels roomier with the kitchen and. See the problem.
And when I open the windows, which
the
shades up down, killing me. But when you open all the windows, you've got like a panoramic view back here, which makes it feel even more.
Oh yeah. Anyway, well, let me take a quick shot of the sleeping arrangement. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. So here we go. We have a north-south and. Is it a full size or is it a queen?
It's a queen.
Queen? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Lots of cabinet space and all that stuff. Huh. Yeah. Well, it's nicer than mine.
Yeah.
Not as big. I've got come on in.
Okay.
Pretty nice in there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
it's
happy with it.
wonderful in there.
Yeah, go check it out.
Oh, boy. Okay. So what do you got for your suspension? Do you got air suspension?
Yeah, we
Earlier.
home built our own system because we made our own inner wheel.
Okay.
Because long story short, I didn't want to. I love the Walker Evans look on this truck.
Okay.
So we created a whole lot of work for ourselves to keep that look.
Okay.
So we had to make our own wheel, and then get rid of the leaf springs so we could move the wheel all the way as close to the frame as possible.
All right.
So we could, so the tires wouldn't be sticking way out.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So it's a home-built trailing arm with like a semi-airbag.
Okay, yeah.
So there's no leaf springs. It's all air.
Well, by the way, you've got I love your Peter.
Nice talking to you guys.
California.
Thank you very much.
I liked your Pete. That's a pretty cool setup you got.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I used to work for Kenworth, and then a buddy of mine, he was a maintenance superintendent for Allied Waste or Republic Services, and so I know exactly the value of what you do, and you save you potentially save a company millions of dollars a year just by not letting things happen.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. But so just air in the back.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, very sweet. And then
The ride's really nice.
okay.
How did you say before you set it up? One front was like a boat. And the
Yeah, well, with the stock dually suspension, with the Lance we ran the airbag at 50, the airlift, and then with the new camera we had to run it like 95 to 100, and it just the back felt like a truck, and the front felt like a boat, and
Were you getting some?
yeah,
porpoising?
that and this, it was just.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was nothing. The way it was before, it rode better than any vehicle I'd ever been in. So
Yeah.
now we're back to that great ride.
And you can dial it in on. You have it up front.
Yeah, I've got I can those two toggles underneath the air gauges. They're left and right airbag.
Okay.
So I can control everything on the fly.
So I'm not the only person with a CB radio.
No. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite things in the early mornings in the desert, especially a few years ago. The conditions were perfect, and I could talk to the guys, and I was picking up Georgia really good.
Sure.
And the Carolinas, that was the skip a few years ago. Was, I guess the best it had been in like 50 years. So it's really cool talking to people across the country on it.
Yeah.
Skipping.
Well, what I had one time, I was going down I-5 at twilight by Salem. I was listening on one of the 30 channels, lower sideband, and I was getting Australia.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
That's wild.
Yeah, and they couldn't hear me, but I could hear them. So the skip, it doesn't always go two ways.
No.
Yeah. But well, anyway, majorly cool.
Thank you.
Majorly cool. You are to be commended. Are you gonna paint these here?
Yeah, these
before
will,
long?
once we finish these off, they'll be painted to match the truck.
Yeah. Geez, kudos.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, anyway, I gotta go down and see
Great
the.
meeting you.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you so
Jeff.
much.
I'm
Todd
Jeff.
Lemke. Nice to meet you,
Okay,
Jeff.
and my YouTube channel is CTAP1, CITAP1, and it's also, think of it as Caught in the Act Productions.
Let me write that. Let me take a note. So you have a full YouTube channel, huh?
Yeah.